Okay, to make you all understand why this course is very important, why to understand Bhagavad Gita. Do anyone know why we have to understand Bhagavad Gita? Why it is so important in our lives today? Rosie? It's a life manual. Okay, so I will tell you a few real instances that happened very recently. Okay, a few instances from the past also. How many of you heard this song? Dhammaro Dham. How many of you heard this song?
Yes, everyone.
How did the song go? Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. And we all danced, right, for that song? It was very nice to hear. And where is the song played? How was the song shoot? All drug addicts singing Hare Krishna. How should we see that thing? Should we say that even though drug addicts, they are at least chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra? And how many, have you seen anyone opposing to that one? Because it was so loosely used, this mantra, Hare Krishna Mahamantra is such a very powerful mantra, and it is like played among the drug addicts. Such a loosely used. Did you see or did you hear any time someone revolting, telling that, this is wrong? How that mantra is played? Have you heard anything like this? There was a film also some months before, or probably some years before, Krishna and Leelas, very horrible Telugu film. What would you expect out of the film? Krishna and Leela, when you hear that film name, what would you expect out of the film? One hero romancing with 3 heroines. That was the film. Have you seen any time such a resistance telling that, how come you are using Krishna so loosely, depicting very wrong notion of Krishna? Has anyone seen any type of protest? Have you protested inside yourself? We all have accepted. Is it not true? We all have accepted. Because for us, we don't understand the word importance of Krishna. The word Krishna is none different from the Krishna himself. How many of you know this? When you utter Krishna, it means really Krishna is there on your tongue. And such a powerful word, Krishna, we are using it very loosely. Is it not true? Hero, if he is romancing with more than one heroine, he becomes Krishna. Right? And how is Narada portrayed? As a big comedian. Is it not true? All the films, especially Telugu films, if you see, Narada Mahamuni, he is a Mahamuni, and how we are, portraying him on the films, on the screen, we show him as a big comedian. Very big comedian. And have we ever protested? Have we ever felt that why are we doing like this? Have you seen Allah or Jesus portrayed in a comedian way? Have you seen anywhere, in any other religion other than so-called Hinduism, have you seen anywhere people, portraying their gods in a wrong manner? Why is it happening in Hinduism? Why do you think so? Okay, forget about, that old song. Kalki film has come, right? How many of you have seen that? Very nice. Kids have raised their hands, adults have not lifted. Very cautious. Huh? In that Kalki film, Karna is the hero, na? Out of, we have the Pandavas, and Karna is standing on whose behalf? Pandavas or Kauravas? Kauravas. But he is shown as a hero. Is it not true? We all have accepted that film. And that film, I don't know if it is a hit or flop, but Karna is a hero. Everyone accepted that. How many? Okay, let us assume that now people have a lot of knowledge, because there is a lot of revolution happening, especially when BJP government has come. Everyone started understanding the value of Sanatana Dharma, so everyone knows about it. But still, even today, is Karna really a hero? You know who is Karna? Who supported Adharma? Is it not true? And how can you make such a person as a hero? Yeah, Karna is the one who gave the idea to Duryodhana to disrobe Draupadi. And that person is a hero now. Is some Mataji ready to get disrobed in front of public? Can you encourage any person who is, can you really make a person hero who is encouraging to disrobe a Mataji? And what is the society we are living in? Think about how dangerous society we are living in. We are accepting everything,
This problem is like being Hinduism itself, being more tolerant.
Yeah, we are thinking that, what is it for me? It's okay. It's a film. Just, even if you ask a director in a press conference, why did you make Karna as a hero? Then he will immediately say, See, film is a film. Don't see it something, put it your personal things or, attached to any religion. It's just a film. It's a fictional film. Don't worry about it. No argument. Finish. Right? Is it not true? See how this is influencing our society. I will give you one example. How it really affected a family who are really very righteous family. There is a family in a village. It's a real story. I am not cooking up any story. So one family who are very much down to earth, who are actually God conscious also. God conscious in the sense like the typical way. When festival comes, go to the temple, take prasad, have beautiful dress on that day, come back home. That is what the God conscious today. Okay. Otherwise, if it is not a festival, then no God. Only if it is festival. Otherwise, if we have a problem, we go to the God. Otherwise, God is not there in our lives, right? So this type of a family, they had a daughter. This daughter was really like, she understands the struggle, she understands how the pain it is to live in a poverty. She knows. She finished her graduation, she came to Hyderabad. She started living in a PG, which is very normal, right? So her parents live in a small village near to Hyderabad. Not in a small village, they live in Warangal, not very far. Okay? So 1 year gone, she finished her bachelor's, she got a job, she started working. So 1 year gone, everything was going fine. After 1 year, things started changing. What is the change it has come in her life? She stopped talking to her parents. I mean, she reduced calling her parents. She was calling every day initially, and afterwards, later weekly ones. Weekly ones became monthly ones. And after 1 year, that call has completely disappeared. Her parents started getting worried. What is happening to her daughter? So they decided that, okay, she is not even answering the calls. She was always saying that, Amma, I'm busy, don't call me, finish. So obviously parents will be worried, right? Parents are very much worried. Now, when parents are very much worried, what will we do as a parent when your daughter is not responding and you know that Hyderabad is not very far? What will any parent do? We will go to Hyderabad. So they went to Hyderabad. 1 year they did not bother her. So she did not even come to Warangal also, at least once. So they went to the PG, somehow they found out the address and they went to the PG. And then, they tried to talk to the several other inmates in that PG, and everyone started telling that she is always busy, we don't know where she is going, blah, blah, blah. So these people, parents, they got really worried. What is happening? And they could not see her anytime in the PG. She is living in PG, everyone knows, at least that assurance they had, but they could not even see her. PGs also you cannot go at whatever the time it is, right? So they were like, after 2 to 3 days spending in Hyderabad, they went back home. So they were really worried. And then they again called up continuously and she started shouting very badly on the parents, telling them, why are you troubling me? I am living my life. What is your problem? You see how she changed? And then, what happened? They slowly learned that, she is entering into very bad atmosphere. Then they took one of the inmate phone number also, then they talked to her. Parents talked to the friend. And you know what she told? Every day she is going with some other boyfriend. Every day evening. Not the same person, huh? Every day different person. So these parents did not understand what to do. What they can do? They did not have any alternative. So then they approached the lawyer. Telling that, that lawyer is a specialist who guides the families, okay? So then the lawyer was like telling that, okay, see, I heard your version, but I don't want to believe you, just listening to you. Maybe your daughter is really busy, I don't know. So let me connect to your daughter. And I heard that conversation. So what was the conversation? The phone rang, the daughter lifted. She was telling that, why are you bothering me so much? I told, right, everything is okay. Why are you going to a lawyer and doing all mess out of my life? And she told that, I'm the only one, having only, 1 day, one boyfriend. If you see the other girls in the PG, each girl will go at least 3 different boyfriends on a single day. At least 3 boyfriends on a single day. At least 3. I'm the only one, 1 day, one boyfriend, that's it. Now, where is the problem? She was born really in a good family. She was also brought up in a very nice environment. She understood what is really, the middle class family, lower middle class. She understood everything. Now, where is the problem? After coming to Hyderabad, why you think the things have got changed? And she, you know what she said, I remember, she was telling her mother, ask your husband to keep his mouth shut. Don't fight with me. Her father became her, mother's husband. She's not even ready to tell that your father. She's telling, ask your husband to keep his mouth shut. I'm leading my life, I know what I am, I'm a major, don't try to trouble me, otherwise I'm going to, the lawyer is telling, I'm going to put a case on the parents. Do you think that the situation cannot happen to us? Do you, or do we all think that our kids are really brought up in a very nice way? Where is the problem? Think about it. I'm giving you 1 minute, think about it. I want to listen from you where the problem is coming. I want at least 1 or 2 talk about your perception. Why do you think the problem is coming?
There are kids like what is good and what is wrong from childhood itself. And just by going to temple don't understand that, like what is good and what is bad. So that should get injected into them from the childhood itself.
Very right, Mataji.
Understand.
Divya Mataji, right? So Divya Mataji told that, just going to temple or like, telling that, okay, this is God, this is all not sufficient. What is also important is to tell the kids what is good, what is bad. Any other views? So how do we tell what is good, what is bad to the kids? What are the different ways? You all as mothers and fathers are probably teaching every day your kids what is good, what is bad. What are the types of methods you implement to teach them what is good, what is bad? What are the methods you implement? Or you don't teach at all? We all do teach, right? How do we teach? Let us make it more interactive. Reading some examples. So that examples can be some type of stories, right? Especially kids are very much attracted to the stories. So we tell some stories with some good morals. This is one way. Any other ways? So what type of stories can motivate them? Talking about Sachin Tendulkar, talking about the cricketers. If your kid is interested in sports, we will talk about the sports person. If your kid is interested in music, we will talk about some music who are really pioneers in music. But how do you teach the good manners? Or you lead to the school to teach your kids the good manners? How do you teach? What is that existing in our Sanatana Dharma? How we can teach our kids this type of good manners? What are the tools we have? What are the aids we have? So we have a lot of scriptures like Ramayana, Mahabharata. So you might feel that, Prabhuji, what are you telling, Prabhuji? Ramayana is a very outdated story. What if I tell Ramayana, how it would be helpful for my kid to tell what is good, what is bad? Do you think that by teaching Ramayana, kids will be able to understand what is good, what is bad? Definitely yes. Because Ramayana is the story, it's about a very noble person, very, very ideal person, how to live the life of a dharma. You cannot get anywhere any other example. Rama has led such a pious life, such a life that he want to become the best example to all the human. Right? Similarly, Mahabharata. If you take Mahabharata, it is a war between dharma and adharma. It gives you lessons how to fight adharma. And Bhagavad Gita is a part of complete Mahabharata. Right? If you are able to understand Mahabharata completely, you don't fail any time in your life. Because you understand how to take even failures also. Right? So how many of you have put effort to teach your kids Ramayana and Mahabharata? Have anyone of you put effort? First of all, do we know ourselves Ramayana and Mahabharata? How many sons do Dasharatha has? Huh? Okay, we all know 4. Actually, Dasharatha has a lot of wives. Lot of wives. It's not just 3, but there are lot of wives. Out of these 3 play a very significant role, and these 4 kids are very, very important. But Dasharatha actually has lot of wives. Okay. Okay, who are those 4 kids? Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugna. Right, we know, right? Okay? So, if we know the stories for ourselves first, then only we can teach our kids. Right? And important thing, Professor Mataji, is very, very important. please try to understand that, some Prabhujas and Matas, they ask that we want to send our kids to make them learn Bhagavad Gita. But we don't have time. We don't want to follow, but we want to send our kids. Please don't ever do that, because your kids will follow Bhagavad Gita only when you follow. If parents do not follow, don't expect your kids to follow. It is not possible. We understand, we follow, then only people surrounding us will understand, will follow. It will take a lot of time. It might happen that your own family will resist that. What are you doing every Sunday morning? Why are you going to satsangs? People will see. These are all the experiences our congregation members already had. If you put tilak and if you are going to satsang, immediately your own parents even might ask, why are you becoming a sadacharini? Or you want to become a, like a yogi or what? You are still young. Why do you want to do all these things? This will be the first resistance we all are going to face. In fact, many of us are already faced, right? So these typical things we have to understand, we have to accept. We have to understand who is Krishna, who is Bhagavan, and then automatically what will happen? One by one we will be able to slowly get evaded. Okay? If we cannot understand, if we are not sincere in it, then no one can really follow it. We cannot follow. If we ourselves are not sincere, we cannot follow and we cannot teach others also this. Prasad Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu, very nice to see you. Very, very nice. So Prasad Prabhu is my very, very dear friend, my congregation member also. So by the way, our Siksha Guru, I forgot to introduce him. I don't know how many of you, the newcomers, know about him. His name is Leelananda Prabhu. He used to live here only in Avatar. He moved to Krishna. So only out of his influence today we are conducting these classes. He is my inspiration. He is my Siksha Guru who has made me learn all these things. And today whatever I have learned, I am just transferring the same knowledge to all of you. It's nothing my own knowledge at all. Purely whatever I learned from my gurus, I am just transferring the same to everyone. Okay? Yeah, so you have heard about the real life story, right? So such type of stories have become very common in the society. Forget about that lady. There are type of so horrible relationships that are developing in the society. So horrible relationships that we cannot imagine. All illegal relationships, which we cannot even imagine. The society has gone very, very bad. So bad, even though people are proud to tell that, yes, I am a Hindu, I am a Muslim, I am a Christian, but inside all corrupted minds, completely corrupted minds. So much corrupted that we don't value, we are not worried, what God is actually looking at us. God is definitely looking at us, right? Don't you think that God is not understanding what we are doing? We all know. Where is God residing? Here. Paramatma is residing here. So in spite of knowing all these things, don't we do mistakes? So many mistakes. Why? Because that bhakti is not there. When you develop that bhakti, what will happen? Automatically you will understand, no, this is wrong, this is correct, I will follow only good. I will not do anything wrong. That bhakti, it's not about the fear of God. Don't ever develop the fear of God. God will help us only to develop more and more bhakti towards Him, more and more love towards Him. Clear? See, there was a big fire right in Los Angeles very recently. Horrible. No one can imagine such a worst thing can happen in Los Angeles. All rich people who were proud of their big villas or bungalows, what happened? Everything turned into ashes. So I have seen in LinkedIn that someone told very clearly that telling that something happened, they spoke something wrong about the God somewhere. That is the result. Total Los Angeles is burnt into ashes. Someone wrote like that. What is the devotee's perspective who are really understanding Krishna consciousness? What is their perspective? Can you imagine? Can anyone guess how a devotee sees this situation? Do you think that because all the things are happening wrong, that's why God punished these people? How many of you agree with this? How many of you agree that God has punished Los Angeles, that communities or city because they have done something really wrong? That is how it is now. The life in Los Angeles, if you see, it is very hi-fi life. There are no moral relations at all corrupted. So just because of this, that God has punished. How many of you agree? It's actually not true. God never punishes us. Please understand. God is our father. When I say Krishna is our father, do you think that the father is going to really punish the kids? Yes, temporarily to make them understand this is wrong, this is correct. But do you think that such a worse thing can happen, that God really, takes away all your property, kills your loved ones? God will never do. God will never do. It is only because of our past karma that is automatically happening. It is we are creating this situation. God will never punish. Whatever is bad happening, you will hear sometimes that people are going in all pilgrimage, and suddenly that bus fell into some big gorge and people died. Then we might be wondering, these people are going on a pilgrimage. They are going actually to have darshan of God. How come such situation happened? God is very cruel. Recently also one thing happened, very recently. All the big bhaktas, they are all traveling to some pilgrimage. That bus actually met with an accident. Everyone died. Everyone. And people are very unhappy because how come such a thing happened when people are going in a pilgrimage. And then later on they found a video footage in some mobile phone that was found in the bus. And that footage was showing how horribly they were dancing inside the bus. All vulgar songs they put and they were dancing inside the bus. In the name of the God. Don't we do that? Mayadari Maisama song, don't we play and dance it in the... Who is Maisama? Maisama is a goddess, right? And don't we play as it is a vulgar song, and don't we dance in Maham Avatar in the Central Park? Have we not done it? So many vulgar songs in the name of the God have come. So many. And do you think that such a good behavior it is? It is our karma. Our actions will definitely show some reaction. That is what is happening. God plays no role. God doesn't want to put his finger into our lives. If you are turning towards him, telling that Krishna, I am ready to really, progress in Krishna consciousness, he is going to help you. But God doesn't want to interfere in any of our actions. You decide, I want to kill someone. He will not do anything. Or you decide that I want to do bad. You decide that I want to cheat in my exam. He will just observe. He will make a register of everything. He will make a register. He will not interfere. But that result will automatically follow in your own life. If not in this life, next janma it will happen. That is karma. Very simple. Clear? So, if you see also, how many of the new members got added into the group? I see today morning there are 80 people added into the group. 40 new people added into the group. How many new people have come? Can you please raise your hands? 1, 2, 3, 3. So 3 out of 40 new people have come. Or maybe 4 or 5. Okay? So what happened? What do you think that happened to the rest of the people? Everyone got added into the group very excitedly, right? Yes, I want to learn Bhagavad Gita. Click on the WhatsApp group link. I got added. And there is a gap. Now, in the last 2 weeks, we did not conduct the classes. Now what happened? One after the people started exiting. Because there is nothing happening in the group. There is no masala in the group. There is no happening in the group. Only thing that is happening is every day people are putting how many rounds I chanted. Nothing else is happening. So people got bored. People left the group. Why do you think that is happening? Yes, people want entertainment. If you put a big Brahmananda joke, then people are happy. They will also add one more joke or something, and then that group will remain lively. If you are talking about God, no, I am not interested. But I tell you, see, I will make you also observe the group like this. The number of new people who got added to the group, they will remain like that, but they will not come to the classes. Many of the people, they will not even come to the classes. That's what it is. People want to understand everything that is happening in Avatar. Any new group comes, I just want to get added into the group, but I am not interested to really learn. So you understand what type of society we are living in? This is the problem. So that's why I tell you, Prabhuji and Matas, please take this course very sincerely. And not everyone can come to this course. Unless you have the Krishna blessing, you cannot come to the satsangs. You know what Krishna said? Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he told very nice sloka. Bhavanam janmanam ante jnanavam mam prapachyate vasudeva sarvamiti samahatma sudurlabha. What does it mean? Anyone knows? Bahunam Janmanam ante. Bahunam Janmanam means multiple Janma means multiple births you will take. Jnanava Mam Prapajate. That means it is very, very difficult to develop that wisdom. Jnanavam Mam Prapajate. Mam means Krishna is telling, to understand me, it is very, very difficult to develop that type of knowledge. Even after taking several births. Bahunam Janmanam ante. Jnanavam means knowledge. Mam Prapajate. Very, very difficult to understand. People will struggle. Vasudeva Sarvamiti. To understand that Vasudeva means Krishna is everything. Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Su Durlabha. That type of person who can understand me and who want to really learn about me, Su Durlabha is very, very rare. Very rare. That is the reason today we are this group, in spite of having 2,700 flats, so much advertisement is done, but only few people are interested to learn Bhagavad Gita. And we should understand we all are such rare individuals who are ready to understand Krishna. So you all should feel proud of yourself that today you are sitting in the satsang and ready to learn about Krishna. Are you feeling proud of yourself? Right? But this pride we should carry on. We should not leave it in between. The typical struggle everyone has is after a few sessions, Appa, Prabhuji, what is this early in the morning, Sunday, 7:30, 8 o'clock, I have to get up and this week I will bunk. What is going to happen? One class I will bunk. What is going to happen? It is okay. That is the start of your Maya influence. The Maya is capturing you. Come. Don't go to such nice classes. You should enjoy this material one. Come. It keeps on telling. One class you bunk, that is the starting point. Next class, it's okay. Bhagavad Gita class. Until now, my life has gone very smooth. What will happen now if I don't learn Bhagavad Gita? Second class bunk. Finish. You cannot come to the classes thereafter. Your mind will not allow you. Very simple. Our all congregation members face this. Today, if they are still coming here, it is only because they passed through this challenge. It is very, very difficult to overcome this challenge. Very, very difficult. Unless you overcome this challenge, you will not be successful in your life spiritually. Today, we will make you understand why it is important to grow spiritually also. Okay? By the way, there are few misconceptions. Okay? So, Vedas are not any religion based. How many of you think Veda is only Hinduism? Vedas are coming from our Hindu gods, right? But then why Vedas are not any religion? Why Vedas are not really attached to Hinduism? Why? I will make you simply understand. Ayurveda. Is there any religion attached there? What is Ayur? Ayur means life. Ayurveda means the science. Veda means the science which is helping to increase your life. That is called Ayurveda. Why? How it is increasing your life? If you get a disease, if you are falling sick, it will help you to understand what type of medicine you have to take so that you get healed. Right? That is Ayurveda. So there is no religion here attached, right? But still people see Vedas means something to do with the religion. So Vedas are nothing to do with religion. Right? Clear? So let us go. So you see, today is Jan 19. We are going to start with Bhagavad Gita as it is. And few guidelines as already mentioned. Please make notes. Very, very important because there are so many important topics which once you finish the class, you will not be able to memorize it again. The thing is, I am not recording this class also for different reasons. Once I record the class, the strength here will become 1/4. People will feel, your mind will immediately tell that Prabhuji is anyway recording the class. Let me sit at home, I will read the video or I will look into the video later on. So that is why I am not recording any video also. Clear, Professor Matajis? So do not take stress. So two important points. Why I say that do not take stress. Sometimes it is possible the Bhagavad Gita concepts might not be able to be understood. It is possible. Sometimes. And also because we have different variations who have finished this SSR course, Science for Self-Realization course, the basics of Bhagavad Gita course, they might be little bit advanced because they already covered 60% of Bhagavad Gita, right? So they might be little bit advanced. So you don't need to feel that how come the other people are already advanced and I'm not able to understand. So don't feel that that type of a pressure. Not at all required. Similarly, people who have already attended Basics of Bhagavad Gita course, my sincere request, many things might you feel repetitive. It is definitely possible because what we spoke for the last 2 years is Basics of Bhagavad Gita only. So you might also feel that this is repetitive, Prabhuji. So don't get bored. You please assist other devotees to make them understand. Okay? Okay, the introduction. So again, now I am going to ask one question. Is Bhagavad Gita a spiritual book or religious book? The answer is already there in the screen anyway. But this is important to understand. Is Bhagavad Gita a religious book or spiritual book? It is not a religious book. Like what you think, Quran is for Muslims or Islam, Bible is for Christianity. Bhagavad Gita can be read, can be understood by any individual, any human. That's why it's called just a spiritual book, but it's not a religious book. So what is Bhagavad Gita? I already explained, shown the slide. What is Bhagavad Gita? Gita means it's a song. Bhagavan, Bhagavat. Bhagavat means Bhagavan. So Krishna has sung this song. So where do you see songs in the film? In a film, where is the song coming? The song is coming especially to express love or something towards the other, right? It can be between a mother and a son, or it can be between a hero and a heroine. That is when songs come. So Bhagavan, Krishna is singing this song for all of us. That is why this introduction today it is called as a love letter. How many of you have written love letter in your young age? No one has written any love letter? No one? All are very, very good people. Huh? Okay. See, love letter, if you have the experience, you will understand. Love letter is like, basically, you can understand. When you don't know someone, but when you want to write a love letter, first you have to introduce yourself, right? You introduce yourself and then later you express, what are your feelings. But Krishna is also doing the same here. Krishna is singing this Bhagavad Gita, this Gita for all of us. He is expressing the love towards all of us. He is telling, I have love for all of you. Okay? It's up to you. You understand, you accept, and you go towards Krishna or not. Clear or any confusion here? Clear? It is basically Krishna expressing love towards humanity. Okay, we will understand later in the next slides why only he told to Arjuna and not to any other. That all we discuss later. First of all, you understand Bhagavad Gita means it's a song of love from the God towards all of us. Clear? So there is a person called Robert Charles Jenner. Okay, he's a German. He's a British academic. His basic roots are German. That is why his name is Sehner. Okay, Robert Charles Sehner. He is an academic who studied religions. All over the world he studied, especially focusing more on Eastern religions. Okay. Now he has made some conclusion. What was the conclusion? Can anyone read out what was the conclusion he has made? Kids, someone can pick it up. Can you read that? What was that there on the top? Yellow one. Kids, not able to read?
Of the sacred books of the Hindus, the Bhagavad Gita is the most widely read and probably the most important text for understanding
Eastern mysticism, right? So he, after reading all the religions, after studying so many religions, he is concluding Bhagavad Gita is the book actually which is very, very important. He's telling, he is concluding. He has, read Islam, he has read Christianity, he has read Chinese, there are different religions there. So many religions he studied. Finally, he is concluding Bhagavad Gita book is the one which is really going to help and to understand the mysticism. Mysticism means what? Something which is very difficult to understand. Mystic. Something which is related close to the God. That will be called as a mystic. And Bhagavad Gita is the book which is actually helping us to understand God. He is concluding. So now, who all read Bhagavad Gita? Let us see who all read Bhagavad Gita, okay? Because everyone understood Bhagavad Gita is an important book. Now let us see Who all read Bhagavad Gita? Oops, it's too fast. So these people, I will ask you to identify. If any one of you know who are these people, starting from the first person.
He's an entrepreneur.
He's an entrepreneur. Yes, he's an entrepreneur. What is his name? Anyone knows? These people are the one who follow Bhagavad Gita. Not like, just read Bhagavad Gita, but they follow Bhagavad Gita in their lives. So these people are the current personalities who are existing on this planet. The first person name is Vivek Bindra. You know why is he so popular? He's popular because he is into Guinness record, because he conducted a seminar on business yoga. He learned Bhagavad Gita by heart thoroughly. Okay? And he conducted a session called Business Yoga where the number of participants, it exceeded more than lakhs. Lakhs and lakhs of people, which was never possible on this planet. That was entered into the Guinness Book of Records. Business Yoga. So this Business Yoga is basing on Bhagavad Gita only. Okay? You can see in YouTube there are a lot of videos. He's too fast, he's so energetic. Even I had one session from him. I also participated in that session when that Guinness Book of Records was happening. I was also one of the participants in the session. Okay. The second person, who was that on the topmost middle? Who told Henry Ford? Yes, but not Henry Ford actually. He is grandson of Henry Ford. His name is Alfred Ford. Okay? Who is Ford? Do you know who is Ford? The owner of Ford Motors. That's all, at least that we know, right? Such a rich person, he has so much of money, you cannot believe. But he follows what? Bhagavad Gita in his life. This Alfred Ford, he has actually got initiated through ISKCON. His name has become Ambarish. Ambarish bro. Ambarish bro, where? Ambarish bro. Right. Ambarish Das. Okay? The third person, the lady, the Mataji on the top. So what is her name? Anyone knows? She is a politician in US. Not Kamala Harris. Tulsi? Yes. Her name is Tulsi Gabbard. Very nice Mataji. It's very difficult to identify this personality. But she follows Bhagavad Gita to the core. And first one is Indian, but other two, Alfred Ford and Tulsi Gabbard, both are not Indians. Why do you think they are so much following Bhagavad Gita? And if you see them, they are very proud to announce it very openly. They are both are Christians, Alfred Ford and Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard, basically she is coming from, she has Indian roots, but then after going to US, I think, I don't know her parents, but there was like an American and Indian relation. Finally she was born, and she follows Bhagavad Gita very much sincerely. Now let us come down. The scientist, who is he? I think he is very difficult to know, not even I know. His name is Dr. Singh. So he is a big scientist who actually studies religions. He is a scientist who also studies religions to understand about God. He is always trying to establish, because science always tries to prove that there exists no God. That's what science says, right? Science always says that there is no concept of God, nothing. But this guy, this personality, scientist, Dr. Singh, he understood that God exists. And later on he became Bhakti Swarup Damodar Swami. He became initiated also. The famous personality in between, the second row below, Gaur Gopal Das. Everyone knows, because if you open Instagram, if you open Facebook, he is very much visible everywhere. So much he is visible. Right? And what is he famous for? Life coach. He is a life coach. He gives so many life lessons. He teaches very, very simple stories, but he will give very important message, right? Very, very important. And the last person, probably you might not know him, Michael Cremo. He is actually also, he is a devotional. He also got, transformed into Krishna consciousness. His name is Dhruta Karma Dasa. He is an American freelancer. He is also, himself, he started reading a lot of Vedas. He started implementing Bhagavad Gita into his life. So why do you think all these personalities, in spite of having so much of money and wealth, why do you think they are following Bhagavad Gita? Why? Bhagavad Gita is a manual in life. Bhagavad Gita is not a religion which says that you have to go to the temple, break 108 coconuts, and ask all your wishes. Go to the temple and pray, our Bhu Varaswami, today I am coming to the temple. If you do this for me, if you help me to buy that property in Kokapet, I will come back, I will give you 10,000 as donation. Pure bargaining, negotiation. So these people, they are not doing like that. They implement Bhagavad Gita in the lives. They follow a very strict ritual, getting up early in the morning, do chanting, and do the Mangalarati. And then when you are going to your work, follow Sanatana Dharmic concepts. No adharma at all. Make sure that whatever the decision you are making is in the interest of the company. Make sure that there is no adharma. And then evening come back, do Sandhya Arati, and then eat sattvic food, and then sleep. They follow that type of lifestyle. It's nothing big difficult, but such type of lifestyle is what is recommended by Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so some more famous personality I will show you. Try to identify them who are little old, not as currently existing. Oops. Who are this? Anyone you can identify? At least one everyone will identify. Mahatma Gandhi we all know, right? Who are the others? You all know. George Harrison, you know. Henry David Thoreau, I think not many people know. The top row, middle one. Do you know who is Oppenheimer? Who is Oppenheimer? Atom bomb. Atom bomb. And topmost right person, Annie Besant. Yeah, she is actually for Indian National Congress, she is the first president, female president, first female president. Gandhi, you all know, right? And then Ralph Waldo Emerson is also another prominent person. He is an American essayist cum lecturer. Okay? George Harrison, very interesting personality. He is a pop singer, he is a guitarist. But have you seen all Beatles, right? People are crazy, I think in my childhood days, people are crazy. Beatles means, oh my God, if the guitar is played, people go frenzy and crazy, people dance. But how they got transformed, anyone know? Beatles? They come every year to India, they take a bath in the holy river Ganges, they perform puja, they go back. Every year they come. They understood spirituality, they understood the importance, they love India a lot. Out of that group, the famous person, this person called George Harrison, very, very famous. They follow Bhagavad Gita to the core. Very sincerely they follow. And atom bomb inventor, this Oppenheimer, why do you think, what is the statement he made after the first atom bomb was exploded in Japan, in Nagasaki, or Hiroshima, I don't remember which one is first. Nagasaki or maybe Hiroshima is the first, I'm not sure. When was the first explosion he has seen, what he told? It's a very bad invention, very, very bad invention, right? But still, how spiritual he is, I'm telling you. After seeing that explosion, he felt that he has seen Krishna, his energy coming out that way. Because such a powerful energy that is blowing out like a big cloud of, dust that is arising in the air, he felt that it is Krishna's energy that is coming out. That is how he has seen that, atom bomb explosion. He made that open statement. Was it?
Compared it with Brahmastra.
Yeah, but it's actually, he told it, I am seeing Krishna Bhagavan, that energy, how it is coming. So, these people are very, very spiritual. Though what is our observation? We see scientists, we see life coaches, we see powerful entrepreneurs. Everyone is following Bhagavad Gita. Why? Why do you think people are following Bhagavad Gita? Now, we all know Mahatma Gandhi. Many people like this Gandhi also. So what did he say? When doubts haunt me, when disappointments stare me in the face, and I see not one ray of hope on the horizon, I turn to Bhagavad Gita and find the words to comfort me, and I immediately begin to smile in the midst of overwhelming sorrow. So when there is something, difficult in their mind, is there anyone who has never difficulty in their lives? Anyone here who is always forever happy so far? No difficulty anytime. So for Gandhi also during the freedom fighting, he encountered many situations where there was no hope he could see. And at the time what he was doing, he was opening Bhagavad Gita and trying to see, read a shloka where he understands how to deal with that situation. I don't know if you see any, there are some management people who take Bhagavad Gita as a reference and take management classes. Has anyone attended any classes like that? Anger management, conflict management. For every type of a problem, there is a solution in Bhagavad Gita. And I was doing it. In my previous company, I was doing it. If there is a anger management, especially there are set of shlokas which will help you. What is the result of anger? If you understand, how to deal with anger, then automatically all the shlokas are clearly depicting step by step. So nice is this book called Bhagavad Gita. And Gandhi is also doing the same. When there is no hope, he was looking into Bhagavad Gita for support. Right? Okay. Now we go back to little old, era. Little more old. Maybe 500 to 600,000 years before. Okay? So some few people, the first personality is Adi Shankaracharya. What is he famous for? Advaitam. Right? Second one? Ramanujacharya. We have a big Ramanuja Acharya statue there, right? How many of you been there, Statue of Equality? Everyone almost? Not everyone, okay. Go there, I tell you, it is such a beautiful, there are 108 temples, replicas of the biggest temples where we think that we cannot go. Almost all prominent temples in India, those 108 temples, they made it to look very, very beautiful. Ramanujacharya, Sri Vaishnavas, they follow that, right? Third person is Sri Madhvacharya. Okay, so Madhvacharya is also a very famous personality who has actually got so much dedication towards Krishna. Right? The last one, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I think many of you who have come for the first time, they might not know. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a famous personality who is actually Krishna himself, Krishna Avatar, who was born in starting of Kali Yuga. Not many one, because we were never taught in the schools. So we never knew. Right? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the one who started this Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. He is the one who gave this Maha Mantra. Okay? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now the great spiritual teachers of the world have also accepted Bhagavad Gita. All of this, Adi Shankaracharya, he is Swayam Lord Shiva, who has come to this world as Adi Shankaracharya. Do you know that it's Lord Shiva who has come as Adi Shankaracharya? Do you know this? Not ever? So I'm telling you, Adi Shankaracharya, Shankaracharya. The name itself is Shankara. He is Lord Shiva who was instructed by Lord Vishnu to go to this planet and inculcate the bhakti, inculcate the Vedas into all of us.
Even in Samadhi is there, Guruji. Next to Kedarnath temple, there is
I don't know if it is Samadhi.
or something was there.
Yeah, Adi Shankaracharya, see all the famous temples, the big shrines were established by him. He is such a powerful personality. Of course, Lord Shiva is very, very powerful. He went across India many number of times. If you see Kedarnath, you cannot imagine such a cold place, and he goes with just a loin cloth, simple cloth. He covers and he goes in that cold. We went there, I think 1.5 years before probably. We were wearing these thick clothes. We could not survive for that cold. Adi Shankaracharya barefoot, he was going and he was actually installing all the deities there. Such a powerful, of course, Lord Shiva lives in snow mountains, so for him it is nothing. He went barefoot, he established so many temples. And he is a big follower of Bhagavad Gita. Many people has a doubt. How come Lord Shiva, you are telling him, why is he following Krishna? But that is what his job is. His job is to make everyone understand who is Bhagwan. Right? Okay. We'll go forward. Okay, now, there is a puja happening. How many of you have been to, or can you identify what is this image? Ganga Aarti. How many of you have experienced Ganga Aarti here? Wow. Haridwar and Rishikesh, such very pious places if you go, I tell you, the type of goosebumps you develop when you are attending such a Harati. I have a video also, I will show probably sometime later. You know, the way people get mesmerized when this Harati is performed. Why do you think this Harati is performed from such a holy river? Why do you think Ganga is considered such a holy river?
When it comes from Shiva's Ganga that takes from Vishnu's.
Exactly. So it's a very holy river, right? For all of us, everyone knows Ganga is a very holy river. Now, understanding that, we all understand Ganga is like our Ganges, Ma Ganges we say, Mata. Mata means our mother. We all agree that, right? So now, what did Adi Shankaracharyya say about this river? I don't know why the slides are a little fast. So, I will try to read what Adi Shankaracharya said. Bharatamrita sarvasam Vishnu vaktrat vinihritam Gita gangodakam pitva punarjanmana vidyate. So what did he say? Bharatamrita sarvasam. What is Bharatamrita? Out of the complete Mahabharata, Bharata Amrita means the nectar is the Bhagavad Gita. Bharata Amrita sarvasam, out of the complete Mahabharatam, Bhagavad Gita is the nectar. Vishnu Vaktrat Vinihritam means Vishnu Vaktrat means from his throat. Vishnu Vaktrat from his throat it is coming Vinihritam. That is how it was told outside. Right? Gita Gangodakam Pitva. Gita Gangodakam means he is comparing Bhagavad Gita to Gangodakam means Ganga. You understand this? Gita Gangodakam Pitva Punarjanmana Vidyate. We all believe, right? Now Mahakumbha Mela is happening. Why do you think, how many crores of people are going there? 40 crores of people are going to have a tip. Even our family is also planning to go next coming weekend. We should not miss this. This Mahakumbha Mela, this is coming only once in 144 years. Everyone knows about it, right? So, if we miss this lifetime, we cannot see it again. It is impossible. So that is the reason we made sure that I don't want to miss. So we are going this coming Saturday. Okay. So such a pious river, he is telling that if we take a dip, we believe that we will not have any more Janma Mrityu again. We are going to get liberation. Right. Now he is telling that if you read Bhagavad Gita also, it is equivalent to taking a dip in Ganges. Such a pure scripture is Bhagavad Gita. Many people had misconception because Adi Shankaracharya is a strong, profounder speaker of Advaita. Advaita means, what is Advaita means? There is no Dvaitam. Advaita means there is no Dvaitam. You and God are the same. That is how his philosophy has started. But to the end of his days, he changed, he made clearly understood that Govindam, 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 Modamate. That means if you cannot chant the word of Govinda, your life is waste. He understood God is different and also we humans are different. He understood to the end. But initially he was very strong, profound speaker of telling Advaitam. There is no difference. You are the God, God is you. Because his understanding initially is like God resides in you and you are coming from God. So God and you, there is no difference. Actually there is a difference. There is a huge difference. We all read, can we have the powers like God? But he was actually, because he want to encourage Vedas, we want to encourage everyone, he's telling that you are the God, God is you. That is how Advaitam has come. Okay, this has got a lot of depth meaning, but I will not go to that extent. But that is what he's telling. Such a person is telling that our Bhagavad Gita is equivalent to Ganges. Okay? Okay. Oops. Okay, even Parvati Devi, so this is coming in Markandeya Purana. One second. Oops, there's some problem with my laptop. Okay, Parvati Devi, there is mentioned Markandeya Purana that she was also interested to learn Bhagavad Gita. See, I tell you, Professor Matajis, we have to understand there is a difference between Devatas and Bhagwan. Devatas are not Bhagwan. For example, Lord Ganesha. Is a god or is a devata? He is a devata. He is not Bhagwan. He is a devata. But of course we can pray him. But he is a devata. Okay. So even all these devatas, they reside on separate planet called Swargam. We all know Swargam, right? That is where all the devatas are residing. At least to that extent everyone is clear, right? There is no confusion. So in Shiva is residing in his own loka called Shiva Loka. He is not in just Shiva Loka, but there is another planetary system called Shiva Loka, which is much more beyond than Swargam. Okay? That is called Shiva Loka. And sitting in the Shiva Loka, Parvati Devi is asking Lord Shiva, my dear husband, you know all the transcendental truths. And by your mercy, I have heard the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. O Lord, now I long to hear from you the glories of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, which was spoken by the Lord Krishna, and by hearing which one's devotion to Lord Krishna increases. She is interested to learn Bhagavad Gita. So she was asking Lord Shiva, please explain me Bhagavad Gita. I want to learn what is Bhagavad Gita. You understand, Roshi Mataji? So this is not told by me, or not just by my Acharya. It was mentioned in Markandeya Purana. Now, such a beautiful scripture, is it not a so fortunate situation for us to learn, sit here and understand Bhagavad Gita? How fortunate are we to really learn this scripture? Right? Are you all convinced? The Bhagavad Gita is such a beautiful book and we all should pay full attention to learn it. Right? Now, Krishna is great, Arjuna is great, the teaching is great, everything about Gita is great. Bhagavad Gita can thus make our life great. We all agree that? Now, since there are so many people who followed Bhagavad Gita, they became so prominent. So, if we also follow Bhagavad Gita, we can also become so prominent like them. Right? Now, there is some problem. Not a problem, but let me explain you. If you look into the market, there are a lot of books. How Bhagavad Gita is used for different aspects. For example, there is a Bhagavad Gita for managers. Have you seen a book called Bhagavad Gita for managers? I have seen. There is a Bhagavad Gita concept which is telling that how to improve the relations. Basing on Bhagavad Gita, there are books which will help you to teach yoga. Have you not seen such books? I have given everything, in front of you. All that image it shows. The song Divine, which is basing on Bhagavad Gita. Gita, Devadatta Patnaik, he also has written a book called Bhagavad Gita. So everyone out of their perceptions, out of their understanding about Bhagavad Gita as it is, they wrote their own books. Someone who wants to understand and learn and yoga, they are writing yoga book basing on Bhagavad Gita. Someone who is like a life coach, they are making life lessons basing on Bhagavad Gita. Like that, there are so many books in the market. Now the problem is which book we should follow. Especially people will come when we start with this course. People will take an old book which was never opened in the house, remove the dust, and then, Prabhuji, I have the Bhagavad Gita book, I will follow. What is the problem actually if you don't follow the proper book? Everyone will have Bhagavad Gita in home, I know. Either it will be in altar or somewhere, really locked, somewhere which is never open. And coincidentally, this book, Mataji, can you lift the book once? If you show the cover, on the cover, that's okay, just give a little bit way. So this is the pressure for us. So, as I said, there are different interpretations out of the same Bhagavad Gita 700 slokas. Right? Why do you think different interpretations have come? Because everyone feel that, they read Bhagavad Gita. They don't follow Guru. They read it, they try to understand. Whatever is their understanding, they will write one more book. Because they want to publish their name. What the Devadatta Patnaik did, he did the same. Do you think he is a strong follower of Bhagavad Gita? Have you seen Devadatta Patnaik anywhere preaching? But he wrote Bhagavad Gita. Similarly, there are so many people. There are so many people who doesn't follow, but they want to have the name and fame. They write their book. Do you know even Mahatma Gandhi, so-called Mahatma Gandhi, he wrote also a Bhagavad Gita book. Can you believe how many of you are ready to read the Bhagavad Gita book from Mahatma Gandhi? What qualification Gandhi has to write this Bhagavad Gita? But he wrote his own book, Bhagavad Gita. Everyone, so many people who ever think that I am prominent, I should get some name and fame, also wrote Bhagavad Gita. Now, which book we should follow? That is very important question. We should understand that. To tell which book we should follow, I will give you some more information. There is a person called Robert N. Minor. He is a researcher cum scholar who studied all Bhagavad Gita books that are existing on this planet. He is a very thorough scholar, he read every Bhagavad Gita book, on the name of Bhagavad Gita book, any book exists on this planet, he read everything. Robert N. Minor. And you know finally what he commented? I will show you what he commented. I have taken the screenshot. He told Prabhupada's Gita probably comes closest to the intent of the original author. Who is the original author? The Sanskrit shlokas are the original. And he clearly told Prabhupada's Gita, Bhagavad Gita as it is by Srila Prabhupada, is the only book which is coming in the closest intent to what actually the original author is trying to say. So do we still have any confusion which book we need to follow? Mataji, can you please once again read? So I recommend very sincerely, please follow this book only, Bhagavad Gita as it is by Swami Srila Prabhupada. A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Right? If you have other books, it will deviate you. Because the problem is, if the translations are not done properly, you will have wrong understanding. And what I follow throughout this course is going to be this book only. Okay? Now we are going to slowly enter into that. See, this today is an introduction part, okay? We are not going to get into slokas directly. I want to give a foundation to make you understand what is Bhagavad Gita all about, okay? So what is the real purpose of the Gita? Why is this book important for me? We have already covered to a little extent, but I will go. So first, think in your mind. What is the real purpose of the Bhagavad Gita? Why I need Bhagavad Gita? Why do I need to come to these classes, Prabhuji? You are telling that, this is going to benefit me. In which way? So I will ask some question before we try to understand Bhagavad Gita. What is the purpose of smartphone? How many of you don't have a smartphone here? Don't have a smartphone. Okay, kids, good man. I'm very happy. At least kids do not have a smartphone. I'm very happy. I'm very sure you go to any kid outside who are not sitting here, definitely they will have a smartphone. Why your satsang kids not have a smartphone? Because we understand what are the consequences of it. So even if we give to an extent where it is really necessary. Beyond that, we don't entertain. Right? So what is the purpose of a smartphone? I want everyone to talk. How do you use Mataji by a smartphone? How do you use it?
To contact other people.
Other people. Anyone else? How do you use a smartphone? Prabhuji, Smith Prabhu?
Almost like for multiple things.
For multiple things. One purpose?
Like one is like she said talking Mataji,
Hmm.
and another is maybe news.
To read news. Anyone else? How do you use your smartphone?
Office calls.
Office calls, conference calls. Mataji? Mataji? Bank transactions, very, very important. Huh? Salary comes, SMS comes. Your salary is credited, your bank. Think SMS comes, immediately you check your account. How much money is there in my account? Right? What else you use smartphone for? Entertainment, YouTube, or Instagram, Facebook. There are so many new things have come, which I am not aware. But so many new things have come. Right? So we use smartphone. Now let me ask you one question. Who can give you the correct instruction how to use the smartphone? Who gives you let us give the opportunity to the newcomers. So who gives you the correct instruction how to use the smartphone? Who gives? How many of you has the Apple phone? How many of you has a Samsung phone? Android. Rest of you might have Android only, right? Now who is giving you first time in your life when you are using smartphone? How did you understand how to use it? First time. User manual, right? So the manufacturer is the one who is going to tell you how to use a smartphone. Or has anyone taken a smartphone and tried to hit a nail onto the wall using smartphone? Tap, tap, tap. Have you tried this? Have you tried this? Why? Because in the manual it is mentioned that it's not for that purpose. The purpose of that phone, how to use it was clearly mentioned in the by the manufacturer, right? Now, who is the one who has that ability or who has that right to say how to use the Bhagavad Gita? Who is the manufacturer of Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavan Krishna. Very nice, huh? Everyone is very smart here. So, you have reduced the effort of mine. So, Krishna is the one who can tell you which book you should read and how to read Bhagavad Gita. Clear, right? So, why is Bhagavad Gita important? So, there is a way how we should understand Bhagavad Gita. There are only two perceptions. One is the way how Krishna told. Second one is the way Arjuna understood. We should not have a different understanding. We should not read what Mahatma Gandhi, his understanding is. We should not read what Devdutt Patnaik has mentioned. What we should read only two interpretations. What is Krishna told and what is Arjuna's understanding. And we should find out who has given the best closest to the original author. That is what Srila Prabhupada has given to all of us. Right? Now we have to understand why is Bhagavad Gita important for me. Why is Bhagavad Gita important for me? So before going into this, I would like to ask something. This Gita is told by whom to whom? Krishna to Arjuna. Why do you think Krishna told this to Arjuna? Yudhishthira is there, right? Who is very, 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 very noble person. He has never lied in his life. Never. So such a pious person, such a, very beautiful, handsome chap. Yudhishthira is also very handsome chap. Very powerful chap also. But why do you think Krishna did not tell Bhagavad Gita to Yudhishthira but told to Arjuna? Why do you think?
He believed that he was God himself.
Prabhuji?
Arjuna believed Krishna is a God.
But Arjuna didn't know Krishna is a God before. Until Krishna revealed that I am the God, Arjuna was not aware. Only when Bhagavad Gita was spoken, Arjuna understood Krishna is the God. Arjuna is first of all is a family man. Arjuna has a wife or not? Wife. Arjuna has kids or not? Has kids. So his life is also very similar to all of our lives. So Krishna is very clever. In future there will be lot of families who are going to lead lives like all of us. So if I tell to Arjuna, a family person, there is going to be many families who can easily understand and accept it. If he would have told to someone like, like Anjaneya for example, who is a big bhakta, but that doesn't help because Anjaneya is a bachelor. Arjuna is a very, very handsome, very powerful, very, very pious, he is very kind-hearted, he comes from a royal family, but he is chosen because Arjuna loves Krishna so much more than other Pandavas. He loves Krishna really to such an extent that he submitted himself to be the closest friend to Krishna. So only when we all submit ourselves very, very dear to Krishna, then only we all can also understand Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise we cannot understand. If you think that Krishna is just a God, okay, Krishna is a God, okay, Krishna told Bhagavad Gita. If you think Krishna is some person and he told something, then we cannot understand Bhagavad Gita. Only when we accept that Krishna as a dear friend to all of us, as a dear father to all of us, then we automatically understand Bhagavad Gita as it is. Otherwise, yes, Krishna told something, I follow something. I don't care. There is a famous joke in ISKCON. Huh? ISKCON se Uskan. ISKCON se you hear, and Uskan se Bahar. You don't, nothing goes into your mind. Simply it enters, it goes out. Do you want to really be into that, or you want to really, take it into your mind, understand, implement? Is your choice, right? Yeah, we have to understand. When do you think this Bhagavad Gita happened? First time, how Krishna told Arjuna, in what type of situation? When the Kurukshetra war began, na? What happened? Anyone knows the situation? Not the old congregation, request again. The new congregation, the newcomers. When do you think that Krishna told this Bhagavad Gita?
When Arjuna was hesitating to fight against his own cousins.
Correct. Mataji has immediately nailed. You are very good, Mataji, with this knowledge. So, it was very early in the morning. It was at dawn, very early in the morning. All the armies are forming on the Kurukshetra. You know how many people are fighting there? They say huge number which you cannot imagine. Huge. They call. So that number is so much and everyone is setting to get ready to fight. All the Kauravas are getting ready, Pandavas army is getting ready. And Arjuna is Arjuna is ready with Krishna. Every Pandava is getting ready with his own army. Everyone is getting ready. Very, very early in the morning. And at that time, Arjuna, what happened? He asked Krishna to just take the Rath in front of the Kaurava army. It is a huge kilometers line. So there are ethics followed. So Krishna, and where is he sitting, Krishna? At the feet of Arjuna. He is a charioteer. Arjuna is standing above. At the feet of Arjuna, and Arjuna is a devotee, right? So you understand Krishna being a god, where is he sitting? At the feet. And you know how it is controlled? Do you think that Krishna controls wherever he wants? How does he know where Arjuna wants to go? How do you know? How does Krishna know what Arjuna, in which direction the Radha has to go? You think that in that war he is shouting right and left like that Arjuna is telling? You know how? Arjuna is pushing his feet onto Krishna. On the left feet, left shoulder he touches, it's the left. On the right shoulder, Arjuna was continuously hitting Krishna with his leg. That is how Arjuna was instructing Krishna. And where is Bhagavan sitting? At the feet of a devotee. You see the mercy of Bhagavan, how merciful he is. He did not feel shy. He did not feel that why should I do it? And Arjuna asked Krishna to take the Rath in front of the complete Kaurava, just to estimate how big the Kaurava Sena is. And when he has taken that Rath in front of the Kaurava army, what he has seen? He has seen his cousins. He has seen his teachers. He has seen all the relatives getting ready to fight. And then what happened, Arjuna? He collapsed. He collapsed in the sense like, whom am I fighting? I am not fighting with enemies. I am going to fight with my own family. He got dejected. So, many people say it's Kurukshetra is like a war between dharma and adharma. How many of you agree with this? How many of you agree? Dharma and adharma. Actually, it is not a war between dharma and adharma. You know what was happening? It was a war between dharma and dharma only. Because the problem is, it's a war inside the mind of the Arjuna. What is the war that was happening? Why Arjuna got dejected? There is something called one dharma called Kshatriya dharma, and there is another dharma called Kula dharma. Kula means it's not caste here. Huh? Kula means it is the family, relations and everything. There is a dharma where you need to act as a protector of the family. Right? That is one dharma. And another dharma is there is something called Kshatriya dharma. You have to fight as a warrior, you have to fight as a Kshatriya. So Arjuna was confused between two dharmas. Though Mahabharata is a war between dharma and adharma, but Arjuna, the biggest problem in Kurukshetra was which dharma I have to choose. Should I prioritize, Kula dharma or should I prioritize Kshatriya dharma? He was confused. And in Bhagavad Gita it is mentioned, Arjuna became so much dejected that after the Rath passed through the Kaurava army, he went back to his position and he felt shackled. His body started trembling. What is happening? What is happening? He started shivering. He left his bow at the side. He started telling to Krishna, I cannot fight this. I am becoming so hopeless now. What is that I would gain out of this war? If I kill my own family, what is that I would gain? And that is when Bhagavad Gita started flowing. And Krishna did not tell Bhagavad Gita simply. If you see Bhagavad Gita, Krishna started speaking only in chapter 2. First chapter, whole chapter, it's only Arjuna speaking. Only Arjuna was talking. And Krishna did not talk anything. Krishna was listening. Only after the shloka, when Arjuna said, I am submitting myself to you. Karpanya dosho bahata svabhava. Prachamitam dharma sammoda cheta. That means Karpanya dosho bahata svabhava. That means I am now filled with all Karpanya dosha. All doshas. I don't know, my mind is confused, I am baffled. I am submitting myself to you, Krishna, as your devotee. I am ready to listen whatever you say. Then only Krishna started speaking to Arjuna. Otherwise Krishna was not interested. It is applicable to all of us also. Only when we all submit ourselves to Krishna, yes, I am ready to listen, I want to learn, and I want to practice in our lives. Then only the Bhagavad Gita will be understood by us. Otherwise, even though you sit here, Iskan, say, Uskan, Bush. Clear, Professor Mataji? Anything unclear here? Clear? Are you all are very sincere and determined to learn Bhagavad Gita? Clear? Without missing any class? Ready? Yeah, this already I told, right? Inner battle. This is what we fight. See, day-to-day lives for all of us, we have a problem to understand what is love, what is hate. We all have problem. Because how many of you don't fight with your spouse? How many of you don't fight with your spouse? Is there anyone who never fought with your spouse? We fight, right? Okay. So it's very difficult. Sometimes, even though you love your spouse, what will happen? Even though your husband is telling something nice, you don't like it. You start fighting. Similarly, your husband loves you, but still he will fight with you. Why do you think such conflicts happen? We cannot understand what is love, what is hate. Sometimes we cannot understand what is pleasure, what is displeasure. We are happy for small things, we are unhappy for also small things. We don't understand what is real happiness, what is sadness. We are not able to differentiate. So all these things, the explanation is given in Bhagavad Gita. So one more small recommendation. If you are feeling uncomfortable here, please use the sofas there. My request. I know for sure it is very difficult, especially for the newcomers. It is very difficult to sit because we are not used to sit on the floor without any back support, right? So please take the sofa. Please utilize it. Okay, please don't hesitate. Don't think that other people are sitting down, so why should I sit up? If you are uncomfortable, because we all are software people. We are not trained to work hard, or our bodies are not so good. Our bodies are all stupid bodies. If you sit for half an hour, 1 hour, and our body starts aching. So please don't hesitate. If you want to sit on the sofa, please hesitate. Or take the support of the wall or something. But please pay attention, okay? What's next? Yeah, this we have already discussed because the Bhagavad Gita answers 5 things, okay? It will help you to answer 5 things. First one is, it answers something. What is that it is answering? It is going to answer all the intricate or intriguing questions where you feel that there are no answers for it. Such type of questions are also answered in Bhagavad Gita. First thing. Second thing, what is it solving? It will solve the dilemma. What should I do? What is good for me? What is bad for me? Such type of dilemmas also it will solve. But the third thing, it supports. How does it support? What did Gandhi said? When I am despair, when I am having less hope, at that time I am looking into Bhagavad Gita to get some strength and support. So Bhagavad Gita also supports you. Fourth one, nurtures. What does it mean nurture? How a mother takes care of the baby. So pampered, right? Have you seen a mother cow and a baby cow? What does the mother cow do? It will, lick the complete body. That is called nurturing. Similarly, Bhagavad Gita also, it will make you feel you are cared a lot. You will understand that Krishna is actually caring a lot for all of us. That is called nurturing. Fifth one is, it will motivate you. When you are really feeling that, okay, I am really becoming low in my life, Bhagavad Gita will give you the real hope. We had some incidents happen in our avatar also. Someone who is actually lacking hope in life, they commit suicide. This is very pathetic situation. But Bhagavad Gita is going to give that hope to us. Provided we understand properly. If you don't understand, you attend 100 satsangs also, you will remain like that. Sorry, I use Telugu also sometimes. Okay? Clear, right? See, motivation, people might feel that, Prabhuji, I also get motivated to listening to some motivational stories. But that motivation, especially for the new year, anyone has any new resolutions or motivations have you taken? How many of you are still falling for today? How many have developed a motivation that every day I will go to gym? I have taken this motivation several times, huh? But the motivation is lost because all these motivations, whatever we try to get, you put Sylvester Stallone photo or you put Salman Khan photo, and then every day you see, today I went to gym, my bicep have grown for 1 millimeter. But that motivation is only temporary. But the motivation, whatever you are going to get from Bhagavad Gita, you can implement throughout your life. It is a permanent motivation. Is it not true? It is true. Because it is a life manual. Obviously, you can implement throughout your life. Right? So don't ever think that Bhagavad Gita is outdated. Prabhuji, it is written, some 5,500 years before Prabhuji. And you are telling me today to follow this. Bhagavad Gita is not relevant for today's generation. It is relevant. So it is relevant for today, it was relevant for the past, it is going to be relevant also for the future. That is why it is called as Shastra. Otherwise it cannot be called as Shastra. So I will tell you quickly the difference between Bhagavad Gita and other religious books. In Islam and also in Christianity, the earth was mentioned flat. Earth was mentioned flat. You know why they killed Socrates? There were scientists who opposed the idea of Christianity, telling that in Christianity it is mentioned earth was flat. Whoever scientists has opposed it, they were killed. They were poisoned and killed. They were put in prison. Because that is how they are treated. If you talk against religion, you are immediately imprisoned. But if you take any of our Shastra, our Bhuvara Swami, when did this happen? When did this avatar was coming to know? 5,500 years before, it was already known to us through Veda Vyasa, because he has written the Vedas. And Bhu Varaha Swami, how was the Bhu? Bhumi, Bhumi is Bhumi, earth. Was it shown a flat like a book, or was it shown as a round?
Globe, like a globe.
How come 5,500 years before, even before not going into the space, how do people know that earth was round and not flat? Can anyone felt that, how does people knew at that time that earth was round? Bhuvara Swami, he was lifting earth with his tusk, with his, with his horns. He lifted the planet. And at that time itself we knew earth was round. It was mentioned in the Puranas, right? So how were people knew? Because our Shastras are written not by ordinary people. Our Shastras are written by Swayam God himself. Veda Vyasa is not an ordinary person. Huh? Veda Vyasa is Swayam Vishnu. Swayam Krishna who has written this. So 100% we can believe it because it is written by God himself. You get the confidence how much you should be proud of being born as a Hindu or being born in Sanatana Dharma. Our Shastras are valid for today, also going to be valid for tomorrow also. There is nothing wrong. Not even a single point you will find anywhere that is mentioned wrong in our Shastras. That is the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. There are so many examples, but that's not the point today, which we have already discussed in the SSR classes. Right? See, this slide. Gita is a love letter to all of us from Krishna. I think this we already discussed. Any confusion that Gita, why we call it as a love letter? Right? See, actually Bhagavad Gita is 7 slokas, but the total amount of time that was spent by Krishna to tell Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna was only few minutes. I think it's 40 minutes or something. So all the while he was only reading the slokas. All 7 slokas were spoken like this. So that is why it's called as a letter. It's not called as a book, but it's a letter. Alright? So every time you read Bhagavad Gita, so how do you read a love letter? When you have a love letter, you will read with lot of heart, so nicely, you will have a nice smile on your face. That is how you read a love letter. Similarly, when we read Bhagavad Gita also, because it's a love letter from Krishna, we have to read with the same type of affection and love. Right? Not like how difficult this sloka is. What is this? What is it? You read it, I am not able to read. You know, especially when we are adults, we will give it to our kids. Hurry, you read, I will listen. I have a lot of work to do. Not like that. We have to read it like a really a love letter that Krishna is talking to you. Krishna is sitting in front of you and talking to you with lot of love. That is how we have to read the Bhagavad Gita book. So this already we understood. Gita takes us from the confusion to clarity. This is actually the reason why I came into Krishna consciousness. You know, I was right from my childhood, I was always thinking that what is an ideal way of living? I was always thinking, okay, I want to be a good boy all the time. Okay, doing the right things, that is okay. But there are certain times we have confusions. And who is going to always be there to next to us telling that this is correct, this is wrong? Okay, if you are in a school, teacher will guide. If you are with your parents, parents will guide. But sometimes you are with your friends. And you have to make a decision. Alright, Padra, college bunk kotti, today we will go to a film. Let us bunk the college and we will go to a film. So what is the right thing to do? I did bunk the classes. When I was in engineering, I did bunk. Because I felt that everyone is doing, so let me also do it. I don't know what was right, what was wrong. So who is going to guide us at that time? It was the Bhagavad Gita type of a knowledge, the scriptural knowledge. If you have it in mind, it will always help you in any type of, irrespective of what type of situation you are in, it is going to guide us in the correct direction. From confusion to clarity. Yeah, Gita Dhyanam. So it was also written by Adi Shankaracharya. I will try to read out. Or maybe it is little difficult, but anyway I will try to read out. Pathaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayaneya Swayam Vyasena Graitam Purana Munina Madhya Mahabharate Advaita Amrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Astadasha Adhyayinim Ambatvam Anusandhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadeshinim. So what did Adi Shankaracharya again told? Gita Dhyanam. How you have to understand Bhagavad Gita? Pratyaya Pratibodhita Bhagavata Narayaneya Swayam. It is Swayam Narayana, Swayam Vishnu. See, Krishna and Vishnu are not different. We have to understand. Though Gita was told by Krishna, why do you think Adi Shankaracharya was taking the name of Narayana? Because Krishna and Narayana are not different. Krishna, I will tell you for the newcomers especially, it's very important to understand. Krishna is a person who is at home. And the same person when he is going to office, he becomes Vishnu. For example, I as a person, I can be very nicely playing with my kids. I can be playing all stupid things also. I jump, I fight with my kids. I did it when my kids are very, very small. I used to fight with them also. We used to jump on the bed also. But the same person when I go to my office, do I behave the same? Do I jump on the table? I will behave different, right? I behave as a professional. So do I look the same? How I look at the house and how I look at the office? I am different. Similarly is also Krishna. Krishna is a very playful person. Krishna is a very naughty person. Because he sits in Goloka, it is his house. The same Krishna when he is going to office, he becomes Vishnu. Here this is very important clarity because many of us doesn't know. What we think, Krishna is an avatar of Vishnu. It is also true, but there is a depth meaning to it. Okay? Krishna and Vishnu are not different. At least that is clear? Yeah, now we have to understand. Okay, Vyasena Grahitam. Vyasena Grahitam means Vyasa wrote this book, right? Vyasena Grahitam Purana Munina Madhya Mahabharate. It is coming in between Madhya, in between the Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita is coming. Advaita Amrita Varshini Bhagavatim Ashtadasa Adhyayinim. Ashtadasa means how much? Ashtadasa means, Ashta means 8, Dasa means 10. 18 Adhyayinim means chapters. Okay? Amba Tvam Anusandhani Bhagavad Gita Bhavadeshinim. Amba means what? Mother. Amba means mother. Right. So why do you think again here he is comparing to a mother? Bhagavad Gita is comparing to a mother. Why? Why he didn't compare with a father as a uncle or someone? Why do you think Adi Shankaracharya is talking about Bhagavad Gita and comparing it to Amba, mother? What does mother do? Many mothers are here. What does mother do? Mother does two things to the kids. What does mother do? Mother
Teaching, nurturing.
protects. Mother protects by teaching good things, and mother also nurtures the baby. Two things. The same way Bhagavad Gita is going to do. Bhagavad Gita is going to also nurture us with a lot of love from Krishna and also protect us from making bad decisions. That is why Adi Shankaracharya compared Bhagavad Gita to a mother. So clear here? If you have any doubt, please don't hesitate to ask questions. This is not like, one-side transaction. It should be two sides. Any question, any, opinions you have, please don't hesitate. Please raise your hand and you can immediately, put your opinion. Not a problem. The problem so far, see the initial examples, whatever I told, the initial examples, you remember I told about the real stories, what is happening? The problem why we are into this situation is today, we are never asking questions. If suppose, our parents told that on a festival day you have to go to the temple. We just blindly followed. We never questioned. Why should I go to temple only on festival days? Why not every day? Our parents told, break 1 or 8 coconuts if you have any wish. Your wish will be sanctioned. Why only 1 or 8? Why not 5 coconuts? Why not 1,000 coconuts? Have you ever asked questions? We just followed blindly. We have never inquired. And that is the reason today for ignorance. Only when we ask questions, we will learn. When we don't ask questions, we will never learn. We will remain in ignorance only. I will tell you one small thing, how ignorance is prevailing. See, there was once, one big yajna is happening. This is happening in Satya Yuga. Big Satya Yuga. Satya Yuga, you all know. What is the Satya Yuga? The first Yuga where everything is so pious. All the 4 pillars of Dharma are properly established. Okay? People used to do yajnas. Yajna used to be the concept at that time. And when yajna was happening, what do in yajna do? People, they put milk also. Right? They put milk and they do abhishekam to the god. Right? So they were taking, big vessels of milk and they were making arrangements. And suddenly one pujari, he has noticed that there is a cat that is coming and trying to drink the milk. So what did the pujari did? He made the cat tied to one of the pole there, near that yajna sala itself. He made the cat tied to the pole. So many people came to the yajna, everyone noticed that there is a cat tied to the pole. Now after this yajna, there was another person who wanted to do yajna. He made a checklist of all the items, what need to be prepared for the yajna. And then he told, please bring a cat also.
And tie it.
Why? What was the reason? He did not try to understand what he has seen, he just tried to follow. And then everyone asked, Prabhuji, why do you need a cat? No, cat is very important. It has to stay, it has to be tied next to the pole. And everyone followed tying a cat. That is the problem today. So what we followed by seeing is a big problem, because when we don't understand why we are doing it, we follow blindly. And we are doing so many mistakes. I will tell you one after the other slowly in the next classes. But we are doing so many mistakes today because we do it very blindly without questioning. So don't hesitate to ask questions. Okay, no question is wrong. Don't think that maybe my question is not correct or maybe what other devotees think when I ask this question. No question is wrong. Please talk openly, please question openly, and I am ready to. If I don't know, also not a problem. I will check with my guru and I will let you know the answer. Okay? Yeah, now I will ask few questions, okay? So I switch off the screen, but I will ask you few questions to understand what is your level with Bhagavad Gita, okay? So please understand the first preference is the people who are coming for the first time. After that, only if you know, please raise your hand and I will ask who can answer this, okay? Now, how many chapters are there in Bhagavad Gita? If you put like this, I cannot see. Okay, how many chapters are there in Bhagavad Gita? Okay, who can answer this? Prasad Prabhu? 18 chapters. We just now we were told, right? Ashtadasa. The last slide itself we explained. Ashtadasa Adhyayana means 18 chapters. So, I will see who can answer the most. How many verses are there in Bhagavad Gita? I also told this. I told lecture a few seconds before. 700 shlokas. Now, this is a little tricky question and difficult. Let me see. How many of you read Bhagavad Gita completely? We read all Gita Jayanti, we have done it, right? How many of you read Gita Jayanti? Complete Bhagavad Gita. Last 2 years we were doing it. Complete Bhagavad Gita we read, right? Now this question is for that people who completely read Bhagavad Gita. How many voices you hear in Bhagavad Gita? Only 2 hands. Prabhuji also. Okay? Akansh Prabhu? 3. Okay. Huh? Ravali Mataji? 4. Okay, what are those 4 voices that you hear in Dhritarashtra, Sanjaya, Arjuna and Krishna, right? Very beautiful, I am very proud. So 4 voices, Dhritarashtra, Sanjaya and Arjuna and Krishna. We know Krishna and Arjuna, but there are slokas which are also coming from Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya also. You know, to the surprise, such a holy book, Bhagavad Gita, the first shloka is spoken by whom? Dhritarashtra Vacha. He is asking, what is happening in the battlefield? Sanjaya, please explain me. Who remember this shloka? Okay, anyone can go and recite this shloka? First, Dhritarashtra Vacha. Sanjaya. So he is asking, what is happening in the battlefield? I see both Kaurava and Pandava's army gathered. Now Sanjaya, please explain me what is happening. So such a holy book it is. The first shloka itself was narrated by Dhritarashtra. Why do you think it is started by Dhritarashtra? Because we are all Dhritarashtras in our mind. No, it is true. We are not pure. We are not Krishna, we are not Arjuna. We are not like so intelligent like Sanjaya also. Sanjaya has a power who has ability to see what was happening some kilometers away. He was not in the battlefield. Sanjaya and Dhritarashtra sitting somewhere in a hall. But Sanjaya has the capability to see what is happening in the Kurukshetra war. That is why Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjaya. So best thing is we have to question. That is why it started with Dhritarashtra Vacha. We all are Dhritarashtras in our mind. We are not that pure. That is why Bhagavad Gita started with Dhritarashtra Vacha. Now the question. Which is the longest chapter? How many of you know? Longest. We have 18 chapters, you know. What is the longest chapter? Which chapter took most of the time for us to read Bhagavad Gita when we are reading? 18th chapter is the longest. Now let me ask the other question. What is the shortest chapter? Which was very fast. There are 2 chapters actually, which are shortest. Make a guess.
12 and 15.
12th chapter and 15th chapter. Both of them they are, they have only 20 verses. Very short chapters. Right? So, yeah, when was it spoken? When was the Bhagavad Gita spoken? First time when Krishna spoke, when did it happen? You know when it was spoken? Almost 5,300 years approximately. First Ekadashi of Margashira Masa. On a very early morning. This is when, Krishna spoke about Bhagavad Gita. Right? And who wrote it? Who wrote Bhagavad Gita? I am not asking who spoke. Who wrote? Who wrote Bhagavad Gita? Okay. It's like, okay, who built Taj Mahal? Now tell me who built Taj Mahal? You are telling Shah Jahan. Did Shah Jahan really put brick by brick and he constructed? You are not talking about, you are not telling workers, right? Now where are you telling Ganapati? Actually, who wrote? Veda Vyas, yes. See, the credit should go to the author actually who spoke, right? Of course, someone was writing. Ganesha is not a normal person. I have shared one video in the group, I think few days before, exactly depicting this. Veda Vyas was like, see, he wanted to write Mahabharata, okay? See, he finished Vedas, okay? And then he was like thinking, what should I do? Okay, and then he decided to write Mahabharata. But Mahabharata is a big epic, very, very big. And he is becoming old also, so he decided to take the help of someone who can assist him. That is when, that is when he got the support of Lord Ganesha You please, whoever has not seen the video, look into the video. Okay? He took the help of Lord Ganesha. There is a certain type of understanding between Ganesha and Vedavyas. Who has to write what condition has to be applied. Okay, I will not go into details. And Vedavyas' actual name is Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. After writing Vedas, people started calling him Veda Vyasa. Krishna Dvaipayana Vyasa. Right? Now, so again, this is already known. Bhagavad Gita is a part of which scripture? Mahabharata. It comes in the Bhishma Parva. In the Bhishma Parva of Mahabharata, that is when Bhagavad Gita is present. Okay? Okay. Now, who can read it? Is that like only Brahmana should read, Shudra should not read? Anyone can read it. But how was it put some years before? Brahmanas were allowed to read and Shudras were not allowed to. It's all wrong way of portraying it. Anyone, everywhere, any place, anywhere you can read Mahabharata and Bhagavad Gita. Final question, who can understand it? Carefully answer this. Who can understand this Bhagavad Gita? All the questions are more or less what we discussed today only. Right? That's why I asked you to be attentively listening it. Okay? Who ready to accept Krishna and surrender to Krishna and surrender to Krishna means, oh, don't like, I'm like a slave to you. No, it's not like that. Surrender to Krishna is accepting that, see, you have given this Bhagavad Gita with a lot of love. I want to reciprocate that love back to you. That is surrendering. Okay? That is called surrendering. That type of understanding if you have, that type of love for Krishna you have, automatically you are ready to understand Bhagavad Gita. Clear? Now we are coming slowly to the end, but now I will going to explain the contents of Bhagavad Gita a little bit. Okay? See, there are 18 chapters we all understood, right? Okay? So, there is a division of the chapters. The first 6 chapters are stressing on something, the second 6 chapters are stressing on something, third 6 chapters are talking about something. Okay? So, by the way, in India, people understood Bhagavad Gita in a wrong way. Many of the people understand Bhagavad Gita as a karma shastra. Means, you do karma, you do whatever the karma it is, and automatically that's what Bhagavad Gita is talking about. Whatever the karma you are doing, you are an engineer, you are a software engineer, you are a hardware engineer, or you are a chartered accountant. Whatever the karma it is, you just do, and automatically that is what Bhagavad Gita is telling. But Bhagavad Gita is not just a karma shastra, it is much more. The first 6 chapters, what you see on the screen, the first chapter, what we are going to discuss in the next class, it is talking about Arjuna Vishada Yoga. The second chapter is Sankhya Yoga. Third chapter is Karma Yoga. Fourth one? Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Fifth one? Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Sixth one is Dhyana Yoga. So, what is that one word that is striking you when you read all the 6 chapter names? So, are we coming here, or are you coming here to learn yoga? Our Ravitaja Prabhu is already teaching yoga in the Central Park every day. So then what is this yoga here? Hmm? No, but why that word yoga is there in every chapter? Are we really doing that yoga here? Then you have to bring your yoga mats, wear that yoga dress, the tight dress, bring water bottle. I see every morning people will go. Yoga mat and then tight dress and then that yoga mats and then you have to do some asanas. That is what yoga all of our understanding. So why it is called yoga here? Every chapter why it is called yoga here? So yoga has a different meaning. But we were misusing this word very badly because America started using wrongly and everyone started calling it wrongly only. There was a yoga, what was it? Bikram yoga. Have you ever heard about Bikram yoga?
Yeah.
It was very, very famous personality in America. Bikram yoga, how that yoga was taught? Yoga means basically we all understand, we get confused with asanas and yoga. Bikram, one guy in US, he is an Indian only, he wanted to make money. So what did he do? He started a new type of yoga called Bikram yoga, where you have to do certain type of asanas in complete steam. In hot steam, everyone will become naked. You will be wearing probably small underwear, something, that's it. And you being naked, you have to practice some yoga asanas, and that yoga he termed it as a Bikram yoga. He's a Bengali, and he started making lot of money, and in no time he became so popular, he is equivalent to any of the Hollywood celebrity. That much money he earned. And later on, obviously, when you are becoming naked, your mind will not work properly. He got attracted into so many women there, and entered into several scandals, and finally he got arrested. But he started teaching Bikram yoga and became so popular. Is that yoga? No. So asanas are not yoga. Of course, asanas are a part of yoga. They are called yoga asanas. But what is the ultimate goal of yoga? There are three purposes of yoga. Please, write it down without forgetting. The first purpose yoga means upgradation. Upgradation means what you are today. You automatically, when you read Bhagavad Gita, it will help you to upgrade. You all have the software upgrades in your phone, right? Is upgrade version better or not? Not only it will get you more features to your phone. Similarly, it will help you to upgrade. That is called yoga. Okay? Second meaning of yoga is to get connected to God. Yoga means to be in union with God. The perfect etymology or definition of yoga in Sanskrit is to become in union with God. What is it meant by union with God? That we go, in the films they show, right, after we die, that candle, that light will come, it will go and it will go into the heart of the God. Is that what union with God means? So we are becoming God, union with God means, what does it mean, union with God? We are getting connected to God. That is called, connecting to God means God is always there with you. God is always there with you. Then a magnetization, I think some water fell. Okay, see, connecting to God means you will realize that God is always with me. Today when I am talking, I understand that Krishna is just sitting here observing me. Arvind, are you teaching properly or not? Or are you teaching some nonsense? Or when we are, eating, are you eating with that conscious or not? Or are you sleeping? Are you sleeping with that consciousness? Or are you sleeping with some, stupid thoughts in your mind? That is called the consciousness. That is what is a connecting to God. That is called as the yoga. That is why in yoga also you have a savasana. Why do you think you have savasana? Yeah, so savasana has got a different purpose, right? So yoga asanas. There is a third purpose. What is the third purpose? To be true to yourself. Slowly what you will observe when you are practicing yoga, you will become more and more true to yourself. So these are the three purposes, what we call it as a yoga. Clear? Any confusion? First 6 chapters, what they talk about? Yoga. How to get connected to God. And what type of activities we do to get connected to God. That's why these 6 chapters they talk about karma yoga. So what are the first 6 chapters stressing about? What type of activities we have to do to get connected to God. That's why they are called karma yoga. Okay? Now let's see what the second 6 chapters talk about. I don't know, somehow my laptop is today lit. Okay, so wait a second. Okay. So before going to that, there is some confusion also existing. See, all the scriptures what we have in Sanatana Dharma, they are classified into 2 categories. Shruti and Smriti. What is Shruti? Shruti means what we hear. Smriti means what we remember, what we memorize, right? So any scripture will fall into these categories. So for example, Mahabharata. What is the type of scripture? Mahabharata is not a Smriti, right? We will come to Bhagavad Gita. Okay, let us take a simple example, Ramayana. Ramayana is a story that we memorize. If you want to tell your kids, you memorize and you are telling the story. It's a Smriti. Okay, whatever you memorize and we talk about, it's a Smriti. It's basically a story. But whatever is Shruti means what you chant, what you recite, the hymns, these are all Shrutis. Sloka Chautam, whatever we read the sloka, those are all Shrutis, praising the Lord. Shruti. So what are Shrutis? Upanishads. You know, if you put this type of commentary, what is called? Early morning, what are the types of Vedas? Sama Veda, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, we have different 4 Vedas, right? If you open the Sama Veda, check in YouTube, play Sama Veda. What do you hear? Lot of mantras you hear. So these are all Shrutis. So all mantras are having some type of a logical scientific meaning, which are actually praising the Lord. Sama Veda. Sama means Somaras, which is the most beautiful nectar. That's the Veda. It's all praising the Lord only. Okay. So these are all coming, Upanishads fall into category of Shrutis. Whereas Itihasas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, these are all Itihasas. Or no, we can call it also Purana. No, not Purana, sorry, Itihasas only. Ramayana and Mahabharata are actually all Smritis. But what is the confusion here is the Bhagavad Gita. Is it a Shruti or is it a Smriti? This is the only scripture which falls into both the categories, Shruti and also Smriti. Because there are a lot of shlokas, in the Bhagavad Gita, which are actually Shruti, but also Mahabharata is a Purana. Right, sorry, Itihasa. So it is falls into category of Shruti and Smriti also. Clear? This is the basic foundation of what we are discussing. It is a full perfect foundation. The stronger your foundation is, the easier for you to understand the next steps. Mahabharata is a Smriti only. But in the Mahabharata, in between, Bhagavad Gita comes, which is both Shruti and Smriti. Now, we are going now a little bit to make it easy for you. In a easy terminology, we will understand what are these 18 chapters, okay? So please make a note again, I'm stressing this is very easy and helpful for you to understand. The first chapter, what I is going to talk about is called lamentation. Who is lamenting here? Arjuna is lamenting. Why is he lamenting? I want the newcomers to answer. Arjuna is lamenting for what I explained already. He is lamenting that he doesn't want to kill his family members. He doesn't want to kill his gurus, his acharyas. He is lamenting. That is the first chapter. Second chapter, see, there is a very nice chronological order. Huh? If you understand this, you will never feel difficult to understand Bhagavad Gita. After lamenting, what did Krishna started doing? He wanted to make Arjuna understand what is his identity. Who are you, Arjuna? Try to understand first. Why are you lamenting? So second chapter it talks about making you, Arjuna means we all, okay? So I will use that word we all only. Arjuna is making you all to understand who are we? Establishing the identity. That is the second chapter. After understanding who am I, what is the next step? Then to understand what is my duty. That is the third chapter. You got it? You understand what is my duty. I understood who am I. Now next step is, I ask what is my duty. Now the fourth step is to understand how to perform the duty. Okay, you told me I have to work as a director in the company. But how to work? That is the fourth chapter, which is helping us to understand how to perform the duty. Karma yoga. You told me this is my karma. But how to perform my karma yoga? How to perform my duty? That is the fourth chapter. Fifth chapter is telling about, okay, you told me what is my identity, you told what I have to do, you told also how to do. Now what is the result if I do all these things? That is the fifth chapter. Clear? Now finally, sixth chapter is, now I understand that yes, I have to do this, how to do. I also understand what is the result if I do all these things. Now I sit and meditate, requesting Krishna help me to meditate on you. That is the sixth chapter. You understand the chronological order? How nicely it is explained. There is a relation between chapter to chapter. That is the sole reason I am requesting you not to miss any class. If you miss any class, that one step it is gone, you will find difficult to understand the next chapters. Is it helping you to understand? Any questions? Okay, now the next 6 chapters. So first 6 chapters are about yoga. We all understood, right? The next 6 chapters, the chapter 7 to 12 are talking about, no, chapter 7 to 13, right? No, 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 6 chapters it is talking about Krishna. So what it is talking about Krishna, Krishna and his energies. So you started meditating in the last chapter, 6th chapter. You started meditating, asking Krishna, please support me to understand. Now Krishna is appearing in front of you and he's telling, Krishna and what are my energies? Krishna is talking about his energies. And 8th chapter will talk about how to reach Krishna. 9th chapter is about, okay, we understand we have to reach Krishna. So how to perform that bhakti? Bhakti, what is bhakti? You all understood the theory. Now how to remember Krishna? I am having a problem. My mind is telling that, what was the film? Dhaku Rajana. What was the film? I forgot that. Some Balakrishna movie came, na? Dhaku Maharaj. Dhaku Maharaj has come. Do I get the tickets or not? Some reloaded version of Pushpa 2 has come. We are all, constantly in these material thoughts. But this chapter is going to help us how to remember Krishna all the time. Whatever we are thinking, how to remember Krishna. And then, okay, I remember Krishna. How to remember Krishna in which form? That is the 11th chapter. There are 3 forms of Krishna. Krishna in his Virat Rupa, Krishna with 4 hands, Krishna with 2 hands. There are different ones. How to remember Krishna? Even if I want to remember, how to remember? That is the 11th chapter. 12th chapter. Who is the dear to Krishna? Now Krishna, we understood Krishna's energies, we understood his forms, we understood how to perform bhakti. But who actually gets dear to Krishna? That is the 12th chapter. So 2nd, 6th chapters are talking about only Krishna. Clear? Now we will see what are those 13 to 18 chapters that are spoken about. So this is the last 6 chapters talk about world. The world where we are living in. The materialistic world where we are living in. So this is very, very important. Because unless we understand where are we, how do we understand how to get out of it? So Bhagavad Gita, Krishna nicely categorized. Last 6 chapters, first you understand, I am the witness of whatever is happening. The 13th chapter is talking about, I am the witness. Whatever you are doing, understand that I am also witnessing that activity. I am making a note of it. So 13th chapter talks about witnessing. The 14th chapter talks about prison bars. So why it is mentioned as a prison bars here? Are we all in a prison? We got the freedom from British, right? So why Krishna is talking about prison bars here? We are no more in prison. We have full freedom to do whatever we want. So what is the prison he is talking about? Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. See, there was a, the parrots you have seen, right? Parrots, they are put in a cage. There is a parrot with an iron cage, there is a parrot with a golden cage. Which parrot will be more happy? Parrot with the iron cage or parrot with the golden cage? Which parrot is more happy? Both the parrots are sad because both of them are in the cage. The problem is we fail to understand that we are all in a golden cage. We are all in a big cage. We are having lot of problems. But we are feeling that my life is going good. I am living in a premium luxury villas or premium luxury apartments. My home avatar, one of the most premium apartment I purchased. My life is very happy. I am having a 5-digit salary in my hand. Everything is going fine. So why I should worry? If I want to go into a film, I can go easily. If I want to eat biryani, I can order Swiggy, tomato, Zomato, whatever it is. I order it, it will come. Night 2 o'clock, not an issue. 3 o'clock, midnight biryani is there. Everything is coming. Why should I worry? I have a lot of freedom. But we forget to understand we are all in a golden cage. We are seeing only the gold color to the cage. But we fail to understand we are conditioned in our lives. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. These are the 4 problems we are not able to come out of it. Because every time you take a birth, you are finally encountering into the birth and death. You are not able to come out of it. Birth and death are the starting and end point forever, for us to get trapped into this materialistic life. But there is a place we can be forever happy. There is a place forever we can be happy. We have to understand we have come from there only to here. It is our wish that we want to be in this planet. That is why we are here. It is our fortune that we did understand when we were with the God. We did not understand the value of it. Today it is happening, right? The kids, what do? By the time 14, 15 years, in America especially, I don't want to live with my parents. I want to live separate. In India is also happening. I told the story. That the kid doesn't want to listen to mother and father. Immediately when you get the wings, when you get a job, you call your husband, your wife, I don't want to hear you. That is the friend. Same thing happened to us. We were with the God, with the Krishna, and at a certain point we felt like, no, I don't need you, Krishna. Enough is enough. I want to have my freedom. And we came to this planet. And here we are suffering. But still we feel that we are enjoying. That is what Krishna is telling about. You are in the prison bars. The chapter 14 is talking about. Now when we are in a prison, what we have to do? We have to understand the release plan. So that is mentioned in chapter 15. That is why it's a very, it's the shortest chapter actually. Release is very easy. Very, very easy for us. That plan is mentioned in chapter 15. But we have to understand who are our inmates. When we are in a prison, what type of people we are surrounded with. There are two categories of people. That is what Bhagavad Gita is going to explain. That we are going to discuss in the chapter 16, inmates of the prison. You understand the order? How nicely, how beautifully Krishna is, mentioned or categorized in Bhagavad Gita. Now the chapter 17. Krishna is telling, I make you understand what type of people you are living with. I make you understand you are in a prison. I make you understand also the release plan. But still you cannot come out of it. I give you everything. I will tell you, you have to take left, right, you are on the ground floor. But still, they are finding it difficult to come out of it. That is what the chapter talking about, the complexity. Chapter 17. The last chapter is telling that, don't worry about anything, just surrender to me, you are automatically out of it. That is why 18th chapter is the biggest chapter and the most important chapter also. Just surrender to me, you are automatically out of everything. You don't need to worry about anything. You don't need to worry about any dharma. You don't need to worry about any religion. You don't need to worry, I am an Islam, I am a Christianity, I am a Hindu, I have to follow only this, or I am an atheist. Don't worry about anything, just surrender to me, I am going to liberate you. That is the final chapter conclusion of the Bhagavad Gita. Making sense? Do you think that can we apply this in our lives or not? How nicely it is categorized, right? Yeah, just few more slides, 5 more slides, we are done.
It's 10:45 almost.
No, I know. But see, let me finish this. I will take few more minutes. See, because the same thing. If I want to teach to my regular satsang devotees, it will be a little bit fast because they already knew something. But newcomers are there. I need to talk about little bit basics also, which takes a little bit more time in the initial classes. Okay, please bear with me. Now the love message is in the middle. So the Bhagavad Gita also can be understood in 3 different ways. The first 6 chapters are talking about karma yoga, that is the work, what you have to do. And the loving devotion about Krishna is somewhere in the between. The Jnana yoga is in the last 6 chapters because he is giving the Jnana how to come out of it. Okay, this can also be understood this way. Clear? Now this is the last important slide for us to understand, we call it as a yoga, right? Now how this is making a journey map to us. The first step is where we are today. Okay, that is called imprisonment. You all agree we are in a prison now? We all agree that we are in a prison. So step 1 is a prison. What should be the step 5 there? Liberation, freedom, right? So that is also called as a bhakti. Okay, you are transforming from imprisonment to that level of bhakti where you get liberated. So what are the steps 2, 3 and 4? Step 2 is the karma yoga. So go from imprisonment to liberation. First thing is I have to understand what type of activities I have to perform, stage 2. The stage 3 is the Jnana yoga. Now I perform some of the activities. See, right from our childhood, our parents taught that this is good, this is bad. So I have started performing some type of good activities. Now because I am performing some good activities, I understand that I have to learn more about, some more knowledge I have to learn about Krishna. That is called Jnana yoga, which is step 3. Imprisonment to performing good activities, karma yoga. Karma yoga to See, today why do you think you all have come here? Because you wanted to develop the jnanam. That the jnana yoga. After karma yoga, see, otherwise you would not have come. Why do you think other people have not come? Because they are not performing any karmic activities which will help them to understand this jnana is important. Because you all realize that this jnana is important today, you are transferred from step 2 to the step 3. Karma yoga to jnana yoga. The fourth step. No, bhakti yoga is okay, fourth one is the dhyana yoga, also called bhakti yoga. Not bhakti yoga, dhyana. You meditate on Krishna telling that, I understood that, I have to perform these activities. I developed also the knowledge to understand you. Now I meditate on Krishna, please help me to reach you. Finally, that final step, fifth one is the bhakti. That bhakti you will be able to develop. How Bhagavad Gita is explaining, in the 18 chapters to help us to get to liberated. Clear? Yeah, this is the conclusion. Yeah, so Gita is not a external journey. Gita is a journey within. Okay, how to be happy within? If you eat an ice cream, probably you can be happy for a few seconds. Okay, if you eat a biryani, probably for half an hour or 1 hour you can be happy. If you watch a movie, nice movie, maybe Pushpa 2 or whatever it is, you can be happy for those 3.5 hours. But if you read Bhagavad Gita, you can be forever happy within. This brings happy within us. Clear? So with this, Professor Matajis, so he is, Srila Prabhupada, he is the ISKCON founder Acharya. Okay, we will discuss sometime later, what was the struggle, how he has put so much to give this Bhagavad Gita to all of us. And he says, whatever Krishna says about himself in Bhagavad Gita, if we accept so much, then we are immediately becoming fit for going back to Godhead, back to home. He nicely mentioned, back to home. What is our home? Goloka. Because we left our home and we came here. He is telling, if we just accept that Krishna is the God, we actually are getting ready to understand Bhagavad Gita and we will be going back to our home. Is it not nice to go back to our home?
Yes.
Is it not nice to be with our parents? That is what he is telling. That is the real, Prabhupada, he very nicely mentioned, so beautifully he has put the words. He makes us, all of us understand, Krishna is not like, just like a God where we break the coconuts and then we just offer prayers, that's all. He makes us clearly understand Krishna is none other than our Father. We have to develop that love. That is why we respect Srila Prabhupada that much. Okay? So we are done with today's class. And so few points to note. I will quickly like to highlight these important points, what you need to take care. So please address each other as Prabhuji or Mataji. If you see any male person, you have to address as a Prabhuji. Okay? Or if you see any woman, you have to address as a Mataji, not by the names. I should not call Janvi, Anjali, no. Okay? We should call it as Janvi Mataji, Anjali Mataji, Lakshmikant Prabhu, okay, Sumit Prabhu, Divya Mataji, Likita Mataji. That is how I need to address. Not only I, every one of us. Why this is important? Why Prabhuji and Mataji? Prabhuji, what is this? Why should I call someone as a Mataji? Mataji makes them. Why are you calling Mataji? Am I looking really that old for you? Matajis will get this feeling, huh? No. Mataji means the respect that you see every woman as a mother. Mata means what? Mother. Only when you develop that type of consciousness, see, when I am talking to a woman, I am talking to my mother. That is the consciousness you develop. Your automatically mind is pure. If you see mother, a woman as just as a female, then your mind is corrupted. But only when you see a woman as a mother, your consciousness will be pure. That is where Prabhuji and Mataji. Accepted, agreed? Who doesn't want to follow this? No one will raise their hand. Okay, good. I am happy. So Bhagavad Gita book as it is, the book what Mataji has shown, this is the book. See, we have already some books here. Who did not have this book, I recommend please buy this book. Because we are going to go through that book only. Okay, this costs 300 rupees. We are not making any business. This is what we have brought here. The same money we have paid already. The same money we are, taking it from you. Nothing, no business here. Okay? One interested in chanting. You see in the group, we all, many of us, we update the number of rounds we are doing. We will also talk about it, but whoever is interested, the chanting bags are also available. Okay, they are here. Each chanting bag along with that mala, beads mala is costing 100 rupees. Again, this is not business. We buy from there, exactly the same amount we are charging from you. And course is completely free. Okay, not even a single rupee or something you need to pay for the course. We are not charging anything. Because we are doing a service. The whole activity, whatever we are doing is only a service. Whom we are serving?
Krishna.
Serving the Krishna. So we are doing with an intention only to serve God. But if at all you feel a gratitude that, okay, Prabhuji, you are doing this much, I also want to do something. What you can do, the maximum is, you can offer a prasadam, you can also sponsor for the prasadam, because prasadam every week is going to be taken care. You don't need to have breakfast also. What you have to do is get up early in the morning, freshen yourself, have shower, come with pure bhakti here. Nothing else we are asking. You come with a mind where you are ready to listen to Bhagavad Gita. That's it. You don't need to have a breakfast. When you finish here, we are going to have enough quantity as a brunch. Okay? ISKCON prasadams are normally good in quantity. Okay? So we are going to have brunch here. So okay, we are going to sponsor. No worries about sponsorship. Even if none of you or none of the people are sponsoring also, we believe in Krishna. Krishna is going to help us to get that sponsoring for the prasadam. No worries. But if you feel you want to sponsor, please talk to Padma, who is my wife. Okay, she will make a note which week you want to sponsor. Because what we do is we have birthdays in our family, and that birthday we celebrate here, and we sponsor also prasadam. Like that we do, but no force at all. Only when you feel like do it. Otherwise, no force at all. You come, listen, and go is also sufficient. Not an issue. Okay. So that's it for today. As usual, but one announcement is that next weekend we are actually planning to go to Mahakumbh Mela. Okay, only yesterday we have decided, but that brings a break in the class. That means a small break. If anyone of you is interested, also can come along with us. It is like Saturday morning, early morning we leave, Sunday morning again we are returning back. It is a very, very tight and hectic and very expensive trip also. Because the flights are damn expensive. But still we decided to go because I don't want to miss this chance which comes in 144 years. Only once in 144 years. So we are going in, which will not a good sign for you, because having a break means your mind will immediately get diluted. It's okay, let me skip the class, something like that, it comes for your next class. And by the way, February 4th, we are going to have a very nice monk, very, very adored, highly prestigious monk who is going to visit us. Who is that? Chaitanya Chand Prabhuji. He has an polio to his leg, but he's such a prestigious person in ISKCON. He gives his sessions to Oxford University, big companies. People will wait for his appointment. And such a person who was here already, but he's invited here and he's going to visit us again, February 4th. That Sunday we are going to have his class. Any excitement? You feel happy to invite him? February 4th. What is the next Sunday?
2nd February.
Okay, then I have to check once. I think it's 2nd February. Maybe I am mistaken. It is 2nd February. Okay, because I invited him actually on Sunday. And I tell you, Professor Mataji, don't take it easy, because to get the association of such a pious person, it is very, very difficult. People coming here, it doesn't make us feel that okay, he is just like any other person. To just have his presence in front of us itself is a big big blessing to all of us, because those people are very, very knowledgeable person. Chaitanya Chand Prabhu, he is called as a spiritual scientist. That is the knowledge he has. Okay, very, very knowledgeable person. At the same time, he is a very pious person also. If you understand his life, you will feel that what we are having is a luxury, what God has given us. Such a difficult life he has, but still he is living a very pious Krishna's consciousness life. Okay, so such a person is going to come to us. Okay, so please don't miss his association. Okay, don't think that okay, it's not a Bhagavad Gita class, so I don't need to go. Definitely make sure we all of us gather in big numbers and make sure we take his association. Okay, that's an announcement. Any questions you have? with this we end, and then we go to the Natsimati. Any questions you have? Anything, how to follow, what to follow, or any questions from the slides?
So when we end the class, we will go shloka by shloka, all sides.
See, I go in a little different way, Mataji. See, if we have to go sloka by sloka in 700 slokas, it will take 1.5 years. Okay? So, but I tell you, I can give you commitment. After finishing this course, I will follow some different style. Of course, I will touch the shlokas. Without shlokas, I will not go. But it will cover everything to that you will learn. You know, if you really follow and understand properly, you will have complete understanding of Bhagavad Gita, that I can assure. So our goal is not to understand the meanings. If you open the book, you will understand the meaning of every word. But that doesn't help. I will make you in such a way that you will understand the essence of the shlokas. Of course, there are certain places I am going to go also the word meanings also, wherever it is required. But I am not going to go in a very theoretical way. Shloka 1, okay, this means this. Arjuna Vacha, Arjuna talking. Okay, I am not going to go word by word. That you can do even yourself on your own. But I am going to bring that essence of the shlokas. Okay? Any other questions? No questions, no confusions? Are you really sure? Okay, see, we are in 2025 in the new year. Again, put your hand on your hearts and tell to yourself, I am going to make a resolution. I am not going to miss any class. Make a resolution now. Only when you are really interested, make a resolution. I am not going to miss any class. Tell to yourself very sincerely. If you are sincere, if you want to be sincere, make a resolution. And then make a commitment. I want to learn Bhagavad Gita in and out properly. Properly, that I want to implement in my life. If you don't have that resolution, these 3 hours whatever you are spending is merely time waste. You can watch a film, nice film, open the Netflix, new films are there, web series are there, which can kill your time very happily also. So don't waste your time only when you are sincere. See, this time I want to be very, very strict. If you don't want to be sincere, please don't waste your time. I am telling very clearly. When you are sincere, you will really enjoy the benefits. Otherwise, you will not enjoy the benefit. Moreover, you will feel stressful. So don't enter into that phase. My very, very strict recommendation: don't enter into phase where you feel start feeling the stress out of the class. People who feel stress, after 2 hours, Prabhuji, I think it is too much, Prabhuji. See, I have very nicely designed each session that it has to be finished that class. Otherwise, it cannot be carried over. And I have to finish it. And the pace will be depending on your reception. Okay, because it's a mixture, I have a challenge, how to talk about. I should not make the people feel bored. At the same time, I should not feel that the newcomers, it is too much for me. Okay, so I have my own challenge, how I can explain. So please understand that, please support me. And we all will travel together to finish 18 chapters in the next 6 months. That I can assure you. I am not going to drag this, year. 6 months we are going to finish this. Provided you give the commitment, go home after finishing the chapter. Read that chapter. It is not difficult. Read that. The complete explanation of each sloka is very, very nicely explained by Srila Prabhupada in the purport. Go through the purport, go through that explanation. Beautifully you will understand. If you have questions, you can ask me in the next class. Okay? Clear? So we all are starting to enter, are going to start a very beautiful journey. I really pray Krishna to help each one of us to pass this journey very successfully. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we will do with the Natsimharti. So kids who are going to come to sing this Natsimharti.
Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Swasti.